can't turn a blind eye because it's so hard to handle things alone.
That's the plea from survivors of domestic violence, a topic that's often ignored or shied away from.
Why is it so hard for us, or so uncomfortable for us to talk about domestic violence? We talk about everything else. We actually talk about everything deriving from domestic violence, but when it comes to domestic violence, it's just something that no one wants to touch.
So this November, they're speaking up and asking others to talk about it as well, to shed a light on what it does to people and families. For Dana, verbal and emotional abuse were some of the reasons that led her to try and take her own life.
I took 2 bottles of pills, and there's no damage to me. God was sitting there with me when I was taking the pills and said, Dana, it's not your time. No matter what someone tells you and makes you feel, you are worth everything and you deserve love like everybody else.
She spent time in the hospital and now lives at a women's shelter, but faces the same fear that keeps many people in abusive relationships.
Think, where am I going to go? Am I going to end up on the street? Or my kid's going to end up on the street? That's a huge fear for me, that I'm going to end up on the street.
That's why she's calling for more affordable housing and mental health services for victims of both physical and mental abuse.
Emotional and verbal and mental abuse is just as bad as physical, if not more sometimes. It takes longer. Bruises go away, but the mental stuff, it lasts a while. I still struggle with feeling worthless.
Somakoku is also organizing an art exhibition on domestic violence at the Winnipeg Art Gallery on November 25th. She hopes it'll help people understand and talk about abuse.
There's many, many different ways to learn things, and people often get tired of being told things or lectured things. So if you can access people's heart somehow through visual art, then that can be very powerful.
In Winnipeg, Stefanie Lasuik, City News.